I work in nursing and I've got a bad back. The amount of times I hear this is amazing, and obviously a lot of people will associate the nursing practice, the lifting, the manual handling, the repetitiveness to their bad back. But is this actually true? I do see this a lot, but I also see a lot of people in other jobs and also office workers and everything else in between. So what does the research show for nursing in particular when it comes to bad backs? Now the first thing is there is obviously a physical demand to nursing, and obviously it's a lot of lifting, mauling, bending and all that sort of thing. And the other problem we have in nursing is that there's a lot of kind of unhealthiness that happens to be there, which is remarkable when it's a healthcare profession. But we do know that obesity rates in nurses are quite high as well, and we don't know exactly why this is. Maybe it's people bringing in all the chocolate and stuff for them to thank them and things, possibly. I certainly, when I worked on the wards in the NHS, I used to find that I used to eat a lot of chocolate, little mini chocolates all the time. So it could be that, who knows. But the interesting thing is that if they are not necessarily fit and healthy, like super strong, fit and healthy, then they are more likely to overload with the physical demand of their job. And this is where I think a lot of issues come from a lot of people's jobs. The demand of their job and their ability to cope with the demands of their job don't fit together. You don't see, military personnel going, well, I don't train for the job and, expect to cope with it fine. Or an elite athlete saying, well, I just play the game of football, but I don't need to train for it. All these things are true of other jobs as well. And if your job involves a lot of bending, lifting, mauling and all that, you should train for that job. And if you train for it, you'd be less likely to get injured from that job. So nurses do obviously get back pain, and I've seen this a lot as well. And it could be down to these factors we've just discussed. So does a strength and flexibility program actually lower the risk of back pain in nursing? And that's what this study looked at here. So there's 129 nursing assistants filled out a questionnaire on personal, occupational information and health status. This allowed them to work out who was able to exercise. So they got 90 participants in total from this, and they allocated them into two different groups. So one was the intervention group and the other was a reference group, which obviously didn't do anything. So the therapeutic exercise group did 12 weeks of exercise. This included warm-up, strengthening and flexibility-based exercises. Before this, they assessed the strength of the trunk flexor muscles, the trunk extensor muscles, hamstring flexibility and lower back symptoms. Now, as we might expect, the exercise group did improve strength. They improved strength in their trunk flexors, they had improved pressure pain sensitivity, and they had lower back pain symptoms. So this shows that if you're doing nursing and you work on strength, flexibility, it will actually reduce back pain. So this shows you that really, if your job involves physical activity and physical demand, you should train for that job. And if you train for the job, you will reduce the chance of getting more severe symptoms and problems. And this makes common sense, but this research does highlight this. So yeah, really, you want to be looking after yourselves and making sure that you're fit for the job that you do. So anyway, that's it for this video, and I'll see you next time.